On OneUI 5, not only can you stack multiple widgets, but you can also combine them no matter how big or small they are. As long as they're the same size, they'll stack. Much better than iOS, which limits you to just 2 sizes. With iOS 16, iMessage and FaceTime now lets you watch a movie or listen to music with friends in real time with sync controls, all thanks to Shareplay. Pretty incredible, and those are just 2 fantastic features found within these behemoth updates. Now they're still in their beta phase, meaning that any of the features we'll be showing off could end up getting removed, replaced, or modified, and in the future, more features could be added on, so just keep that in mind. In celebration for these 2 massive updates though, I've just dropped some beautiful new widgets and wallpapers for you to use on your home screen. The widgets look just like those found within iOS, rectangular, rounded corners, and also give you vital information about your device or let you control your music. Plus, you can have early access to my videos before it's released on YouTube, only on my Patreon page, linked down below in the description. Anyways, let's start it off with all the exclusive features that came with OneUI 5 that iOS doesn't have. Probably my favorite new OneUI feature is individualized call backgrounds. Similar to choosing a photo for your contacts, with individual call backgrounds, you can select a photo or even a short video to show on the screen as your phone rings with that person's incoming call. So whether it's an endearing photo, a goofy video of your best friend, or their AR emoji, you'll be able to see who's calling from across the room. Material You also got further improved with OneUI 5. If you're not aware, it's a new design language that Google introduced with the release of Android 12, and then they further expanded it with Android 13. It came with awesome features like having the entire UI match the colors of your wallpaper. So now, OneUI 5 lets you have more color palette choices to choose from. Instead of just 4, you now get 16 different choices. Plus, a few more elements and system apps received a stronger color tone, like the text within some headlines, the background within some apps, and even some icons within the notification panel follow the chosen color theme. iOS doesn't have such a personalized experience. Those that are doing a lot of multitasking are probably already using the split screen feature a bunch, but with OneUI 5, it's getting much easier to access. You can now open apps into split screen by simply opening the recents page and dragging an app to open it at the top or bottom of the screen. Much more intuitive than before. Samsung's camera app has also seen some really helpful upgrades in the switch to OneUI 5. The app will be able to recognize text in a photo and allow you to call a phone number, visit a website, or link to an address in Maps, all from the recognized text in the photo. iOS can do the same thing though with iOS 15.5 or higher. You'll also be able to add watermarks to your photos in the Samsung camera app, including adding your phone's name, date, and time, and even custom text. Believe it or not, iPhones don't even let you watermark your pictures. When editing a photo on OneUI, you're now able to crop an image into fun new shapes and outline the edges using the lasso tool. And surprisingly, you can even edit GIFs even further, like trimming them or freely cropping them. iOS doesn't have any options for editing a GIF at all. For the few of you who love using Samsung DeX, you'll also be happy to hear that it's come with a handful of changes. If you're not sure what Samsung DeX is, it's basically a Samsung feature that lets you expand your phone's interface to your desktop, bringing a new PC-like experience. With OneUI 5, you'll now have new things like a universal search button that works just like the one found within OneUI's launcher. You'll also be able to add your favorite apps to the taskbar, right-clicking them to access their shortcuts. Again, for those of you keeping score, Apple doesn't have any desktop interface option at all. What they do have though are a ton of other exclusive features that OneUI doesn't include. But before we go over all those new features, I want to thank Baseus for sponsoring this video. Whenever I'm going on a trip and I know I'm not going to be around any outlets, I always make sure to take Baseus's Blade 100-watt USB-C portable laptop power bank. It lets me charge my laptop, smartphone, smartwatch, or any other electronics over and over again thanks to its huge 20,000 mAh capacity. With that amount of power, you would think that this thing would be thick and bulky, but in reality, it's the complete opposite. It's got an ultra slim design, making it fit just about anywhere without taking up too much space. It also carries 200-watt USB-C ports and 2 USB-A ports to let me charge up to 4 devices simultaneously at very fast speeds. It can even trigger Samsung's fast charge when the phone battery is lower than 20%. Not many battery packs can do that. I even love that Baseus includes an LED display so that I can know exactly how much battery it has left what the current charging speed is, and how much time is left for it to reach 100% when I'm charging it. It also recharges rapidly. Its USB-C has an input of 65 watts to let me fully recharge it in just 1.5 hours. That's pretty incredible, considering that most other chargers out there take ages to juice back up. So if you're looking for a reliable power bank with a lot of capacity, fast charging speeds, and an ultra slim design, look no further than the Baseus Blade 100-watt USB-C portable laptop power bank. I'll leave their link at the top of the description. Anyways, the most significant and exciting change of all on iOS 16 is the customization options available for the lock screen. So to start it off, iPhone users can change the font and color of the time. Also, in customizing the time is the ability to load the clock with a dynamic depth effect, which layers the time against the primary subjects in your background photo. I thought that was really cool and it looks great. And speaking of dynamics and wallpapers, iOS 16 includes a fantastic library of live wallpapers, including real-time satellite weather conditions over Earth and real-time light conditions for where you are on Earth. They work really well and look amazing. On top of that, iPhone users can now display live activity notifications and widgets on the lock screen, something that Androids used to have in the past, but unfortunately, they got removed by Google immediately after. Google, if you're watching this, please bring back lock screen widgets. Anyways, the live activity notifications could include real-time status updates for a sports game, track the progress of an Uber ride, see how you are doing on your workout, and more. While the widgets will be for live tracking in Apple Fitness, weather conditions from the weather app, price quotes for stock market activity, and a lot more. And as of now, these widgets and live activity are only supported for Apple apps, but in the future, it'll get expanded to third-party ones. Lastly, with Apple's new lock screen, you'll also be able to have different lock screen profiles when choosing different focus modes. For those unaware, focus mode on iOS lets you choose how your phone acts and behaves depending on what time it is, where you're at, and what apps you're using. And now it's been expanded to the lock screen, so you can have a lock screen for work, one for when you get home, and more. Apple went all out with the lock screen changes. Surprisingly, even more than what is possible with Samsung's Good Lock app. Here's another thing that I've always wanted on Android. How many times have you accidentally texted the wrong person, or even just text something that you quickly regretted after hitting send? Well, with iOS 16, you'll be able to edit, or even unsend messages you've sent in iMessage. It's life-saving. Another unique feature that I thought was mind-blowing is visual lookup. It lets me extract a subject from a photo's background by simply long pressing them, and then I can paste that subject into another app. Never seen anything like this before. Apple Pay also got some really convenient upgrades. The biggest is Apple Pay Later, which allows users to split Apple Pay purchases into 4 equal payments spread over 6 weeks without any interest or fees. This could be a massive help to people with larger purchases or perhaps unexpected bills. It could also just be detrimental to some who don't know how to manage their money properly. Apple Pay will also allow you to make completely contactless payments to participating merchants right from your iPhone without the need of any additional hardware. I thought that was pretty cool. Way more advanced than Samsung Pay. Do you ever find yourself going through the same series of photos, making the same edits to each one? Maybe you took pictures in less than ideal conditions and want them all to have the same aesthetic. Well, with Apple's latest editing tool, you'll be able to copy and paste a photo's edited settings to any additional photos after that. It makes it really easy to be sure that all your posts to Instagram maintain the same exact vibe that you're going for. Now let's try to bring the two softwares together and explain any new features that are similar or are straight up copied from one another. Apple fans can rejoice. At long last, the battery percentage indicator has returned to the status bar. It's been a creak in the neck for most iPhone users ever since the notch display with the iPhone X. Unfortunately, I think Apple fell a bit short because even though you can see the percentage, the battery icon in the background stays full the entire time. So sometimes I think the phone is fully juiced up, but when looking closer, it actually reveals that I need to start charging it. Of course, OneUI and most other Androids have always had a battery percentage indicator, and they also come with an adaptive battery icon. Both softwares let you extract text from pictures or straight from the camera app, but iOS takes it a step further with live text, allowing you to also extract text from videos. So I can pause any video in my gallery, long press the screen, and highlight the text in that frame to copy it. Pretty insane. I just hope it works on the YouTube app in the future as well. New to Android 13 and OneUI 5 is the ability to select preferred languages on a per app basis. If this sounds familiar to the iPhone users watching, it is, because it's available in iOS for a while now. However, I couldn't confirm that it's actually still available within iOS 16's betas, since it's nowhere to be found within the settings. Both Apple and Samsung have offered custom 3D animated emojis based on the user's own appearance, and Samsung has always had the upper hand in terms of customization, while Apple has had the upper hand with getting the facial movements correct. Well, Samsung's AR emojis has taken the customization to another level. For example, you can create a sticker or a GIF with two different AR emojis in the same shot, one that looks like you and one that looks like your friend. You can also have the option to change the actions, expressions, and backgrounds of those AR emojis. Plus, you can stamp an AR emoji sticker within any photo with the background being removed. And you can even create a sticker with any picture in your gallery. Samsung really thought outside the box for this one. Samsung's personal assistant, Bixby, has long been behind the competition, even that of Siri. However, with the update to OneUI 5, the gap gets a little smaller between Bixby and the others, because you can now access basic Bixby commands offline when enabling on-device mode. This is, of course, something that's been available to iPhone users for a few years now. So, those are all the major changes found within both softwares and how they line up with one another. No matter if you're Team Samsung or Team Apple, you'll definitely have a lot to look forward to. Personally, I think Apple has brought a lot more powerful changes to their software than what Samsung brought this year. It's been a while since we've seen an overhaul to OneUI, and unfortunately, this isn't that year. Still, that's not to say that Samsung did nothing. They still brought a lot of changes, they're just not as groundbreaking. So let me know in the comments which software you're more excited for, and if you enjoyed what you saw, a quick thumbs up would be really appreciated to help this video get recommended to others. Also, if you keep coming back, be sure to get subscribed with the notification bell turned on, because quality videos like this get released every week and you're not going to want to miss out. Don't forget to check out my Patreon as well for those awesome new widgets and wallpapers, and thank you so much for sticking to the end. Kapow!